Hello, my name is Cindy. We're gonna go look at the garden. So this is the shop where John works. He does blacksmith and makes all kinds of interesting things. This is the house where we live. These are some antiques and deer sheds, elk sheds, some old wheels that are antiques. So we're in beautiful western Colorado, right at the base of the Colorado National Monument that we can see out the back door of our house. And this is our play area for the kids when they come over. One of the play areas. We have many areas to play in. Most of the things in the backyard were built by scratch. Some of them weren't. And we have all the pens for the animals. The goat, chickens, a horse, haystacks. So we grow our own hay. Then we have the arena, which we're going to turn into part of our garden area, raised beds. As soon as we move everything around, we're collecting dirt, compost, wood chip. So on the east side of our house, we look out the window to the Grand Mesa, which is the largest flat top mountain in the world. Its elevation is about 10,000 feet. Just left of that is the Book Cliffs, where wild horses are running year-round. And you can hear the roosters crowing at the neighbor's house. So this is Brandy. She's 4 years old. She's our partner. Everywhere we go, she is. And this is the area in which we're going to have our raised bed gardens. As soon as John decides to move everything and start making the raised beds, we'll get that going and try to get something planted next week or two. So when we were growing up, this is where I was born and raised. It was on the western slope. When we were growing up, we always had a garden. All the kids were always out there trying to decide what was a weed to pull and what was not. So, but it was a good time. We used to have rotten tomato fights when you'd find a rotten tomato. That was pretty fun. Anyway, we had lived on a farm, always had a garden. Back then, everybody always used to can and freeze everything. You didn't really go to the store and buy that kind of food. You raised it yourself. So everybody had kids. All the kids worked in the gardens. I milked cows with John when we were very young. He'd come over when my dad was sick, and we'd milk cows, had milk cows, raised our own beef, cleaned the pens, just things like that. Anyway, raised our own hay, helped irrigate. It was a lot of fun. Back then, kids always were working. They didn't have video games, they didn't have TVs. We worked. Everybody didn't have a cell phone. You had to plan things out. Communication was the best. So now the sun's gonna come out, so we can get this arena dried up a little bit. So the pile's over here on my right. One's a little bit of dirt. The one in the middle is compost from the compost facility. And the one on the right is what we composted ourselves from all of our chicken shavings, horse manure, straw. We rolled it, added a little dirt, watered it. So we'll mix all that together and we'll make raised bed planters out of it for our vegetable gardens. So around you'll see all the tractors that we use for work, much easier these days. The one with the cab is, of course, the one that I drive the most. I bale the hay. John cuts the hay and stacks the hay. Other than that, we work together as a team. So this is one of the fields we both take care of, and it's behind our house. It's about 2 acres. It's nothing but grass hay. Is another field we also take care of. It's about 7 acres, and it's also grass hay, which we feed our stock. So over here to my right next to the Black Horse Raven, is our new compost pile, which is in the making. It's got horse manure, goat manure, shavings, some straw, some dirt. We water it and roll it. So the horse over there in the arena, that's Raven. She's a 10-year-old wild Mustang. She was brought here wild. The kids now ride her. We broke her. They can slide off the back side of her. They can do anything they want on her. She's very friendly. She's comes from the wild in Wyoming.
Good job, kids.
That we have just a couple tractors. So we have an old John Deere A next to the 1962 Chevy Carryall military edition that was my grandfather's. Then we have an old International over here that does nothing. Its life is to groom the arena, and that's all it does. And the groomer was made by my husband John from scratch. Then we have another John Deere. Then we have a case. Then we have a baby John Deere over there. And they all have their purpose. So I'm on my way to go to the raised beds that we just put in. John made 7 raised beds out here. So here we are out by the garden area. John has made 7 raised beds. We had this metal from years past, purlings, that we've used to make 7 raised beds. John had the equipment, so he welded them all together. So we got them in, got them filled. We got dirt and compost, manure that we composted also, mixed it all together, put in the raised beds. So here we don't have enough rain to support a garden or any vegetation, as you can see by how dry everything is. So we will have irrigation water. We'll run a drip system to each raised bed on its own, and we'll put